Howdy, just a short video today, kind of like an update with some news. I just came back from work, worked until 5 today. We were busy, and my last ride was I took some blades for sharpening. We use a company that sharpens blades for all these, machines, and they're pretty so heavy, like 3 packages. Probably weigh about, I don't know, 20 pounds. So I took them over there to this blade company, and then on the way back I stopped at a truck dealer, but it's a specialized truck dealer. They deal with hydraulics and basically like trucks like our Freightliner with decks, because on my Freightliner I noticed that the controls started sticking. Like, let's say I would operate the remote and the bed would go, and actually I can see when I use the remote, I can see those controls move as well. Like, let's say if I press back, like move the deck back on the remote, I see that lever goes I think it's down, goes down, and then to move the bed back it's up, right? And then of course there's tilt, and so these controls started sticking. So basically, let's say the bed goes back and then it stops because there's nowhere to go, but I see that the lever is still down, so the hydraulic is still pushing the pressure, and so when I went to the actual controls, I could feel how if you move it up, it stays up, it doesn't want to go back, and we try to grease them just from the outside, but there's some rubber protection there. Almost like talking about family planning, but it's hard to properly grease them without disassembling, right? And so I told the boss, I said, yeah, it's a problem, because we can blow the hydraulics on this, because it keeps pushing, right? Even though the bed is fully down or fully extended. And so that's what one of our drivers, he took that Freightliner to this facility, and they sent me in a pickup truck to pick him up. So once again I acted as a taxi driver, brought him back, and then I changed into more comfortable clothes, and I started my app with Lyft, and I saw from the they give you this little schematics, there, how busy it's supposed to be, and I saw that it was not busy. Like later at night, they said maybe 8 p.m. there'll be some flights coming into Calgary, like lots of people, but I don't want to stay until 8 p.m. I've been working since 7, so I feel a bit tired. So I thought I would try and see what happens, but yeah, I spent pretty much an hour from 5 until 6, and online, on the Lyft app, didn't get a single passenger. So I just went home and decided to check my mail, because I've been lazy, because the main entrance is way over there. I never use it. I always just park my car and use the back entrance to my apartment, which is actually like front entrance, so I don't have to use the main entrance and the hallway. And so finally I decided to go and check the mail, and of course there was a bunch of junk mail there, lots of advertising, but found 3 interesting pieces of mail in there. Number 1, pretty important, was from my bank where my mortgage is, and I'm a risk-taking type of guy. So when I got my mortgage for this apartment, I decided on a variable mortgage because the interests were high enough, so I thought they would start dropping sooner or later, right? And I was right, because my payment was $1,000 a month, Canadian, of course, and then it went up to $1,050, and I'm thinking, oh boy, like what's next? $1,200, But now I just got this letter, and it says notice of mortgage interest rate change. From 1,050, my payment goes down to, what is it, 994. $994.85 Canadian. So basically 55 bucks. Because, and now the interest will keep coming down. Now the next interesting piece of mail I got was from Uber. You see this? Uber. I cut off the U. And I'm thinking, okay, what is this? So I'm still on the app. I still, whenever I click on Uber app, you know, everything is completed except the top over there. It says City of Calgary license needs attention, right? And I tried to submit my Lyft TNDL, Transportation Network Driver's License, but on that piece of paper it says, we see that you're affiliated with Lyft, and so these guys don't like it. Each time I try to submit it, they say that's not the right document. And so the only way to get out of that limbo, as I finally found out, because everything else is, I did everything, right? So it's been 6 weeks since I started the process with Uber, and it's still not done, whereas with Lyft, it was done in a week, right? And I'm already, you know, can carry passengers, and so the only way to get out of that limbo with Uber is schedule a video call, right? So I missed the first one, like somehow video did not work, and so I scheduled another one for tomorrow. So tomorrow is gonna be a big day, so guys, please, you know, hold your fingers for me. So 5 o'clock, and I keep asking, you know, and the only way to contact Uber is via chat. They no longer take phone calls. There's no email, so it's either chat or video call. And I asked them, you know, like, because I already missed it once, right? So I don't want to miss it again. So I said, how do I make sure I receive this video call? Do I have to have the app open, or how does it work? Do I have to be on the computer? And of course, you know, they have no idea. They just give you generic answers. I tried again today with chat, and they say, yeah, we cannot help you with this video call questions. If you already scheduled the question, you should get an email or text, you know, like a confirmation with instructions. I said, well, the video call is tomorrow. I still haven't received a text or email. All I see is when I go, if I open Uber and I click on help, and then it says get help in person, and that's book an appointment to onboard. See, like book an appointment to onboard, and you click on schedule an appointment, and it says search locations. So I punch in, you know, Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and this window comes up, and at the bottom here in the gray text, it's probably, yeah, you cannot see it, but this one over here, that text over there says you already have a scheduled appointment. And so I'm thinking I have to be on this page over here, because that's the video call, right? See video chat. So because last time, I think when they called me, like they called me 5 minutes before the time I arranged, I didn't have this page open, but maybe it might work on the computer. I don't know. It would be so much easier on the computer. But anyway, so it's so difficult, you know. And yet they already sent me the stickers. You know, check this out. They sent me already this Uber, one in the front, one in the rear, right? And it says here, under local regulations, you are required to display this Uber decal while you are on the Uber driver app. And so there's 2 Uber signs, and there's this one, your trip may be recorded. So the irony did not escape me. So Uber sent me the stickers, but I still do not have the license. Like, they still have not applied for the license with the City of Calgary. Whereas in contrast with Lyft, I have the license, right? Everything was done in 1 week. but I have no stickers. Like Lyft told me that a welcome kit will be coming in the mail within 30 days. And so what's funny is that Uber is fast with stickers but super slow with the license, whereas Lyft is super fast with the license but super slow with the stickers. And so it turns out I'm supposed to have them, right? And the third piece of mail that came and almost knocked me out of the chair is the 2024 property tax bill. Man. So I have the freight broker bond payment, and then I have the condo reserve payment that I have to make by the end of this month, and now the property tax bill. And for my tiny little baby apartment, you can see behind me, right? And so there's see that door? No, that's the bathroom, like the oh wait, yeah, that's the so that's the bathroom over there, and that's behind the TV, that's the bedroom. So just one bedroom apartment, and the government wants $1,128.59. Oh boy. So the taxi license cannot come soon enough, because even though I make $1 extra per hour at my main work, but it's definitely not enough to pay all these bills. So I bought a lottery which plays today, so if I win tomorrow, I don't have to go to work, and I can pay all these bills. Man, $1,200 for an apartment, you know? It's a good thing I don't have a house. I was talking to a colleague today at work. Like, he bought a house in 2008, and he said it was like $285,000, and he says now it's worth double that, over $500,000. So definitely with houses you can make more money, but with houses there's much more expenses, right? You can get stuck with, you know, expensive roof repairs, you know, furnace repairs, some flooding in the basement. Like, I had a friend of mine owns a house. I think he paid, he had some issues with the furnace, and then there was some water in the basement. He paid like 20 grand, you know. So with condos, payments are smaller, but still, man, where all these bills are coming from? So anyway, oh, in another news, as you probably noticed, I no longer have my accordion. I had to sell it because, you know, that was basically, in order to survive, I traded in the expensive items and I bought a cheaper one. Like I had that crazy Z9 camera, so I sold that one and I got Z6 or Z6, right, which is like 3 times cheaper, but still a great camera. And so I did the same trick with the accordion, but I spent probably like a year and a half with the Russian accordion, garmoshka, right? And then I switched to this piano accordion, and actually things were going great. And so I spent a bunch of time, right, already mastering like the first 4 notes, you know, like C, what is it, C, D, E, F. I think I on this, I'm using this amazing, what is it called, Palmer Hughes accordion course, and it was designed for kids. So it's super simple. And I'm still on the first 6 notes. I think the last one I was practicing was Jingle Bells, you know, and it's like super simplified version, but again, I can play with the left hand and the right hand, you know. So what I'm trying to say is that I spent a bunch of time learning all this, and now I sold the accordion, and I definitely want to get a new one, just, you know, cheaper one or something with financing. And so I talked to a local music store to see what my options were, and they gave me they they got one of their branches had the Weltmeister, like a made in Germany accordion, but it was only 80 bass, like, you know, limited keyboard, and but it's super expensive, but you can finance it. And then they had the Horner, like a full-size accordion, 41 keys on the treble and 120 on the bass. But Horner, I think some 2 or 3 years ago, even though it's a German brand, they moved all their production to China. And a lot of people online were not happy about that, you know, now Horner is made in China, but as they say on their website, under German supervision. Now, we all know how Germans are good at supervising, so I hope that Horner is good. So anyway, they got this Weltmeister from their branch somewhere in Alberta, so it arrived like 1 week ago, and they sent me an email, yeah, the Weltmeister is here. If you want to come and check it out, you know, feel free. But I said, hey, I'll wait till Horner is here, because the Horner was transferred from BC. Like these accordions, you know, there's not that much demand, right? And so I think at Vancouver, like these guys, it's a pretty big chain. And so the Vancouver store had this Horner Bravo 3 120 bass. And so this guy was super nice on the phone, you know, I never met him, we just talk on the phone. And they transferred that accordion for me to a Calgary location. And so I called Monday. The guy I talked to was not working that day, but a nice girl on the phone was able to check, you know, the status. I'm guessing she could see, you know, incoming orders, and she says, yeah, I see here Horner Bravo 3 120. It shows in transit or transfer. It's still in transfer. It has not arrived yet. And she said my sales guy will be working Wednesday, which is today. And she says the accordion might arrive Wednesday. And so I called them today. They couldn't get that guy, but the guy on the phone said, actually, hold. I said, can you maybe check? You can see on the computer, right? You can see your inventory. And he checked. He says, okay, Horner Bravo 3 120. Yeah, I see it. It arrived from Vancouver this morning. I said, perfect. So I said, please, you know, expect me tomorrow around 6. I'm gonna come and play the Weltmeister Achat. What's it called? Yeah, Achiaat, Achat, which is a gate. No, wait, is it a gate? Well, like, you know, like the stone, agate, whatever. Achat. Yeah, in German, I think they pronounce it Achat. So it's Weltmeister Achat 80. So 80 bass. So it's a small accordion, mostly for, you know, children or some performers who like to have light instrument. But I think the difference is maybe, I don't know, 5 pounds. So Horner, of course, it's a full-size accordion. It's much heavier, but it's probably like $1,000 cheaper. And so tomorrow I'm gonna drive over there. They're near central Calgary. I'm gonna bring this book. Yeah, I have to. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it to work tomorrow because yeah, I cannot play by ear. I have to use music, and so I'm gonna bring it up, bring it over, and I'm gonna play the Weltmeister, and I'm gonna play the Horner, and see which one I like best, and they see if my credit rating is good enough to finance these. So if we're going down with music. Okay, that's how we roll. Thanks for watching.